no one in between Stuart and Daryl, just clear track. That is perfect for Daryl. So then the rest of the cars, we just got 4 more on there. Goes Brent in 3rd, Edward 4th, Jared 5th. Those guys racing for 3rd spot.
5 minutes left.
Then Steve Healy in 6th. Leader pulling a little further ahead that lap. 4.9 second gap between 1 and 2. Number 1 around the sweeper. Number 2 now coming down the straightaway. 4.6 second gap. .330 in, 4:30 remaining. Stuart Leckie, number 1 car around the sweeper. Number 2, Daryl Jones, baby blue, in the center of the track. He is 4.3 back, so he made up a bit of time. Brent Wendy sitting in 3rd. Brent should be making his way down the straight. Yes, he is.
4 minutes left.
Black, green, and white for the 3rd place car. Eddie Dinter is the orange and white one. He's number 4. Jared Heap is number 5. He is the darker blue car out there. Steve Healy is out, it looks like. So we are down to 1 pink car left, and that is the leader, Stuart Leckie. Daryl and him separated by 3.5 seconds now. So leader left side of the track, last corner, now onto the straight. 2nd place does a little tap, but he's okay. He's now making his way down the straight. Down to 3:15. Brent still in 3rd. Brent is 4.6 seconds back. Edward just 2.1 from him, then Jared in 5th.
Three minutes left.
We have 2:45 remaining. Things have not changed on this screen for the top 2 drivers. Stuart in the lead. Number 1, Daryl Jones, 4.2 back in 2nd. Brent still in 3rd. Close race on the track now. Edward and Jared, they are 0.7 of a second apart. So they are the orange and white and the blue one now making their way onto the straight. That is the race for 4th and 5th. Jared with a nice inside pass. They get a little tangled, but they're both okay. Couple corners there, and Jared takes over 4th place. Edward now going to do a little chasing. Daryl Jones, 3.8 back.
2 minutes left.
Leader down the straight. That was a 12.3 lap for him. Daryl had a 12.2, so he's narrowing it a little bit. Edward takes back that 4th position. Jared moving into 5th. There they are, center of the track. Orange-white versus the orange and blue. Battle for 4th and 5th. Daryl Jones gets a little hung up. Back on his tires though. And that gap between 1 and 2 is a lot bigger now. Brent now moving up on Daryl. He's just 0.7 of a second back, and he's actually past him now. Daryl's having some car issues after that tap. So it is Brent now into 2nd. There he goes around the sweeper, number 2 car. Jared moving into 3rd. Edward 4th. Daryl dropping into 5th.
1 minute left.
Just trying to hold on. Less than a minute to go. We are down to 55 seconds. Stuart in 1st has led. I'm going to say probably of 35 laps, 32. Brent in 2nd, Jared 3rd, Edward 4th, and Daryl is in 5th. We're down to 35 seconds. Race number 7 should be all teched and ready to go. It is, oh, it's going to be a nice quiet one. Awesomatics USA, TC Mod, D Main. There are only 4 cars in it. Car in the middle dead, guys. That's Brent, our 2nd place car, out. We're down to 15 seconds. Less than 5 drivers. Down to 4 cars. Started with 10.
Car 5 is done.
Time is up. Jared is
Car 9
finished.
is done. Car 2
Edward.
is done.
Couple more cars waiting for the champ.
Car 7 is done.
And that is the race. Congratulations to Stuart Leckie, #1 and bumping into the C main for Reedy 12 stock class. So we're going to drop the stuff and head onto the track right away, please. Next race can start checking in. Just 4 cars. We're going to be able to get this one going on time. Thank you. So drivers coming off the track, remember, drop your stuff onto the track, please. Got a check from Ian, Chris, Stuart. We're just waiting for one from Jim. And there's Jim. So let's, you guys go ahead and do one more lap.
1:30 left.
Once Ian crosses over, that'll be the end for warm-up. All right, that's the last one down. So let's start lining up, please. Jim Rogers gets the pole position, earns that #1 spot. #2, Ian. #3, Chris. And #4, Stuart. Easy, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1 minute left.
Marshals, we got a left side covered. Good, Steve Healy's there. All right, we're ready to get going. So good luck. D main, TC mod racers. Corner marshals ready? We are going on the tone. Here we go. And they are off. Awesomatics, USA, TC mod, D main on the track now. It's a 5-minute race. 1 and 2 have a corner of 2 lead. It is Jim in the yellow car, Ian in the red. Here comes Stuart and Chris. Onto the track, it is Jim Rogers, yellow touring car, center of the track in first. Ian is the red car, he's second. Third place is Chris Morrison, and here comes Stuart for 4th, but they are right on each other's tail. So remember, drivers, only 4 of you, that's a 25% chance you can bump up.
4
You need
minutes
your
left.
car to finish if you want a chance at bumping. So drive smooth and clean. You guys are all equally, well, you're all pretty much the same speed out there. So it's who can drive cleaner lines, less crashing. Jim Rogers is the current leader, coming down the back stretch. All yellow. Then it goes Ian. Ian's the red car. This is easy to tell them apart. Third place is Chris Morrison. Here he comes down the straight. He is pink and blue, followed by Stuart Mason. He's got the red car with a bit of green on it. So Stuart takes over 3rd, Chris into 4th. Looks like the leader's coming up on lap traffic. It's got a corner yet, though.
Three minutes left.
So 3 minutes remaining in this race. Jim Rogers has led each lap, still in the lead. Yellow car in the middle. Driving nice and clean out there. #2 is Ian Buchanan. Red car in the center. Stuart Mason sitting in 3rd. He's the red one. He's got Chris Morrison right in behind him. Chris takes a nice tight line there, gets ahead, but Scott takes it. Oh, Stuart takes it back. Gap between 1 and 2, 3.1 seconds. That's a corner and a straightaway. 3.3 second gap now.
Two minutes left.
Just under 2 minutes remaining. Jim Rogers down the straight, number 1 car. Where's Ian? Here he comes down the straight. That looks a little closer, 3.2 second gap. Stuart Mason in 3rd. He's actually got the fastest lap of the race with a 12.6. Chris, 13.1. He's sitting in 4th. We are down to 1:30 to go, drivers. Gap between 1 and 2 now 2.5 seconds. There goes Jim down the straight. Here comes Ian down the straight. So he can pretty much see him now when he hits that straightaway. Jim's just finishing it as he's reaching it. We're down to 1:15 remaining. It's going to be a little closer yet. There you go. You can see him. 1.4 second gap. Watch the center of the track. Yellow and the red. Ian's made up some massive time. Left side of the track.
1 minute left.
Last minute, careful on the straight, go wide on the straight, wide on the straight. Good job, guys, good job. And look at this, into the center. It is Jim Rogers, yellow car in 1st. He has led every lap of this race, but Ian now just a corner back. We got Stuart sitting in 3rd, Chris is 4th. Leader coming through. Thanks for letting him by, Chris. Leader making his way through traffic. Ian's got to do the same. We're down to 30 seconds. You guys, that's 4 more laps. A little bit more breathing room for Jim now. 2.6 seconds, that's 2 corners. We're down to 20 seconds. It goes Jim, Ian, Stuart, and Chris. Down to 15 seconds. Down to 10. Less than 5.
Car
Snuck it in. Stuart is done, but Ian is done. Jim's still got that extra lap. Chris is done, so Jim gets to do his victory lap. Yellow car coming around. Number 1, Jim Rogers. Congratulations. First place in the Awesomatics USA TC Mod, D main, and bumping up. All right, Great Hobbies, TC Stock, race 8 on the track. Oh, we got a little maintenance going on. We'll just hold off checking in until they get that back together. All right, we got some prizes over here. These are from Avid RC and Ron Atomic. Mark Martin, come on over and pick a prize.
1:30 left.
Eric Epp, come on up. We got a prize up here for you. John Sang as well. Gary Lancer, we got a prize up here. And Ryan Berry. These have been donated by Avid and Ron Atomic. All right, track's back. Good, so start checking in, thank you.
1 minute left.
Corners, you should all be in your positions. I see Ian, Stuart, we only had 4 people. Racers, if you're not doing anything, jump in on a spot, please. I have a bunch right here. Any of you guys able to jump in?
45 seconds left.
All right, we need somebody. Actually, you guys can corner together.
Left.
We've got Ian, good, good, good. All right, covered. Thank you guys for volunteering, I appreciate it. No one else down the straightaway, please. We're lining up. You guys know what position you're supposed to be in? Follow the tape and go on up to it. Dick Reese, pole position, please. Jim Chapman, number 2.
Left.
Joe, you are number 3. Wayne, number 4. Ryan is 5. Let's go, guys. Eric Epp, 6. Gary Lancer, 7. Ken Miller is 8. Craig Roberts, 9. And our bump up, Tiny Welsh, is number 10. All right, we are good. So corner marshals, be ready. Here we go. We should have 2 in the middle on this one. Stuart's going to go out and somebody else can jump in with Stuart, please. Yeah, great. All right, corner marshals ready. Racers ready. You are going on the tone. Great hobbies, TC stock, C main. We've got some rubbing going on the first couple corners, but overall that was not a bad start at all. Dick Reese, is that him down the straight? Yes, it is. He's got the green, blue, and white one. We're going to keep our eyes on that guy. A little bit of tapping from the back of the group, but it's early on to the race. 1 and 2 pulling a little bit away. That's Dick and Jim, followed by Way, Gary, Tiny, Eric, Ryan, Craig, Ken, and Joe. Careful on the straight. Good. Good, good, good. Crisis averted. So leaders, here they come. Last corner, now down the straightaway. It is that green car, followed by the blue and white one. 1 and 2, Dick and Jim. Got free track for a couple corners before they start coming into lap
4
traffic.
minutes left.
Then in the center of the track, it's Gary, Eric, Tiny, Way, Craig, Ken, Ryan, and Joe. Oh, a little tapping over there. Who's made it out of there? We have a lead change. It is Jim Chapman, the blue and white one, center of the track in first, followed by Dick Reese in second. Here comes the pack for third. Whoa, far side. Looks like it's changed back again down the straightaway. It is Dick back into first place, Jim in second. Here comes that race for third. It's Gary, Eric, Tiny, Wade, Craig, Ken, Ryan, and Joe. And oh, look at that. Number 2 gets kicked out the side, and he is falling back like 6-7 positions. Oh man, that is tough, but we got lots of time left. He can make his way up. In the sweeper, we got a car down. Go inside, inside. Good, good, good. So Dick now with a little bit of breathing room. Ooh, all right. Let's find him. Center of the track. He is the green and white one. All by himself in that first position. Second place is 6 seconds back. Right now it is Gary Lancer. Here they come onto the straight and down it. That's the battle for second. It is Gary, then Wade, Tiny, Craig, Joe, Jim, Ken, Eric, and Ryan Berry. We have 10 TC stock cars out there. Number 1 starting to make his way into traffic. Here he comes down the back straight. Number 2 coming down the straight. Still Gary. He is the orange and green car. Then it goes Tiny in the white one. Craig Roberts after that. Then Joe, Jim, Ken, Eric, Way, and Ryan. The leader down the back straight through the sweeper, Dick Reese.
2 minutes left.
3 minutes in, drivers. You have 2 more minutes to make something happen. Tiny into second now. Then it's Craig, Gary, and Joe. So white car left side, that's number 2. Remember to let the leader by. If he's coming up on you, he is lapping you. So cars on the left, leader coming through, green and white, down the straightaway. Here he comes. Thank you. Good job, you guys. Good job. Down to 1:30 remaining. 2 and 3 down the back straight. Tiny versus Craig Roberts. Craig does a little tap, drops back a little bit. Then it's Joe, Eric, Gary, Wade, Jim, Ken, and Ryan. We have 1:20 to go. Leader coming up on Eric now. Dick Reese still way out in first by 6.2 seconds. We got Tiny sitting in second, then Craig, Joe, Eric, Jim, Way, Ryan, Ken, and Gary. We're down to 45 seconds. Leader in the center of the track. Getting through traffic beautifully. Tiny just came around the sweeper, white car. Craig Roberts, the orange one. He is second. Then it goes Joe, Eric, Jim, Way, Ryan, Ken, and Gary. Down to 20 seconds. Down to 15. Less than 3. That is the time.
Car
As
8
you
is
cross the
done.
loop, you
Car
are
7 is
done.
Car 3 is done. Car 9 is done. Car 1 is done. Car 2 is done. Car 5 is done.
So
Car 6 is
congratulations
done.
going
Car
to
4 is
Dick
done.
Reese. We
Car
still got a
10
couple
is
cars.
done.
There we go. The race is done. Dick Reese, number 1, bumping into the B main. We got Tiny in second, and then Joe finishing up in third. That was a beautiful race, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Did you have to do anything? All right, start checking in, everybody. I am ready. Guys, in that last race, drop your gear. There were 10 of you, so really Tiny could probably skip out of marshalling and go get his car ready for the next bump up. Everyone else is needed on the track, though. We are on to the Reedy-sponsored 12 stock C main.
130 left.
I got a check from everyone other than Nick Fantetti and Jim Chapman. Okay, after this blue car, we're shutting down the straightaway. So no one else down the straight except to line up. And we got a check from everyone. Great work. Okay, so
1
starting in the
minute
pole
left.
position, you guys know how to do this. Jim Chapman, number 1. Number 2, Nick Fantetti. Greg, you are number 3. Way, you're number 4. Terry, 5. Glenn, you're number 6.
45 seconds left.
Just get in your spots, guys. We don't have time for that. Nick is number 7. Chad is number 8. Ryan is 9. And Stuart is 10. You guys see your tape, right?
30 seconds left.
2 is Nick Fantetti. Okay, guys, you're all very experienced racers. You can count the tape on the yellow
15
wood.
seconds left.
So line yourselves up. We got 1, 2, 3 covered now. 4, 5, 6, good. There's just a couple stragglers there. We got our corners going into the middle. Looks like Craig's gonna do that. Hopefully he has a hand because I think he's gonna be busy. So good luck, racers. Reedy 12 stock, C main on the track now. Corner marshals ready? Racers, you're going on the tone. And they are off. Not a bad start at all. These guys are good drivers. So it looks like we got Greg out in first, white and orange car. Then it's Jim, Way, Glenn, Nick, Chad, Stuart, Nick, Ryan, and Terry. Oh, I think I see what. Oh. Leaders, center of the track, white. Oh, it's a little bit of pink on him, not orange. And then that blue car in behind him. So it's Greg out in first, followed by Jim Chapman in second. We got Ryan Rice right in there in third. Glenn right in behind him in fourth. Then Chad, Terry, Nick, Way, Stewart, and
7
Nick
minutes
Fantetti.
left.
I see what the confusion was at the start. We have 2 Nicks in this race. Around the sweeper, we have a new leader, the blue and white car. That is Jim Chapman. He's followed very closely by Greg. Ryan Rice running the pink one in third. And we got some lap traffic in behind him. Here comes Glenn Armstrong, the 4th place car. Then it goes Chad, Nick, Way, Terry, Stewart, and Fantetti. Ryan Rice now in first, followed by Greg, Jim, Glenn, Chad, Nick, Way, Stewart, Terry, and Nick. It's Nick Fantetti.
6 minutes left.
1, 2, 3 around the sweeper. Wow, that is one heck of a race. Really, 1 through 8 is all highlighted together. That's how close the race is on my screen. So where is Ryan Rice? He is the pink and blue and white one, I believe. Last couple corners and now coming down the straight. Yeah, that's him. That's the number 1 car. And then as they come around, those are the positions, 2, 3, 4. Goes Ryan, Jim, Glenn, Greg, Chad, Wade, Nick, Stuart, Terry. We are 2:30 in, 5:30 remaining. So 1 and 2 down the straight. Not quite yet. Here they come. There's one, Ryan Rice. Pink and blue. Blue and white is Jim. So leader, left side of the track, coming up on traffic. Thanks for letting him by. Coming around through the sweeper. Number 2 is making his way down the straightaway.
5 minutes left.
Blue and white, Jim Chapman. Glenn right in behind him. Less than a corner back. Red and black. Then it goes Greg, Chad, Way, Nick, Stuart, Terry. 3:15 in, 4